no matter what, I feeling great.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Godlywood Studio and welcome back to your favorite program, Light of Knowledge. As usual, we are back with another topic of interest. As you know, we are discussing about the various human moods. Our mind is so amazing in its vastness that sometimes we wonder about the resources which have in our mind. And having such immense potential, it is also amazing that sometimes we tend to fail in certain situations, tend to be unsuccessful in certain ways. So there are definitely something inside which prevents us from moving forward. And what are those negativities? What are those negative modes? Come first, let us understand about it and then try to channelize it in positive ways. So today we will discuss about another negative mood, we can say, or detrimental mood, we can say, which is very common. In fact, it is called carelessness. We need to be careful in life. Sometimes we are careless. What is it that causing this carelessness? And how can we teach our own mind to be careful all the time? Come, let us discuss with Rupa Behenji. Benji, welcome.
Thank you.
We are discussing carelessness. Especially when we were children, we have heard this time and again. Be very careful in your studies, and the low marks you got was just because you were careless. You actually knew the answer. So what is carelessness and how damaging it can be?
Carelessness, if we want to understand in right sense, it is something that we don't do things at right time and before time. Second thing, careless means I'm not giving much importance to my responsibility. Sometimes we use these words, I know I have to do, it is my responsibility, so I will do, but we don't do it. This kind of feelings, why there is carelessness means I have overconfidence in myself. I will complete before time. Okay, there is enough time, I will do it. So we will just postpone like that, and before time when I want to complete it, but there is no space there because lot of time I have wasted. For example, people, they are going for exam. Before exam, students has to prepare for the exams. Usually parents say, see, only 1 week is there, 10 days are there, you please study well. A student who is having this kind of attitude or careless mood, what he will say to him, 1 week is there, I will definitely study. So they will assure, they will give hope even to elders. So I will take care of myself, no problem. Another 2-3 days, before exams 2-3 days is enough for me. But within the 10 days, all the 5 to 6 days they have enjoyed and spent with lethargy or simply roaming here and there, spending time with friends or whatever the way. This habit, even there is only 2 or 3 days to exam, when they sit seriously and start studying, but this habit of becoming careless becomes a hindrance for them. They may not be able to sit constantly for a long time, study at a stretch, so that becomes very heavy. Then they will again get up and go. So this is one of the cause for the failure.
Here you said overconfidence can lead to carelessness. Here I would like to have a little bit more clarity. Is it really overconfidence or the lack of being able to judge myself properly, my abilities, according to my abilities, how much time should I set aside for this purpose, a lack of the ability to set proper deadline? This can also be the reason.
2 ways we can understand this. One is overconfidence. Second thing is I am not at all able to analyze myself and giving importance, or sometime we don't give value to anything. Okay, that's all, let us see. Let me see, later I will think about it. Okay, I will complete it. But never we commit to that. Means there is no personal commitment in any of the task by which I can become responsible for that. Overconfidence means even I am aware that this job has to be done myself and now I have to do before this task should be completed before this many hours, but I don't want to start immediately the moment task has come to me. What I think I can do at the end of the time, completely I am overconfident about myself.
That is the overestimation of my own abilities.
Yes.
Because I haven't set aside time. I don't have a plan. This much hours I need for study. Otherwise, it is very difficult for somehow students think that I can do it
At
at
the
a
end of
stretch
this, yes.
at the end of the day, or when only one day is remaining, or even when
Whole
the
night and day they will
whole
study.
night I can sit and study. It doesn't dawn on them that it is not humanly possible to mug up everything in a single night.
It's overburdening self at a time, and that will really strain the mind, and many times nothing goes inside. It's only just I am simply making myself happy that I can do that. And this kind of careless attitude, sometimes we are going out, we have to pack the things, we say last hour I will do everything, and last hour hurry burry we do, and most important thing we forget and go. Similarly, a responsibility of distributing cards to anybody, we say okay I will do at the end, I will distribute to everybody, and we will see the careless attitude or moody person, they will wait for the last hour and most important person will be missed. So this kind of situations happens in our life if at all we have that carelessness.
To avoid this 11th hour rushing at the last moment, I was listening to an audio program and the trainer was saying, it was so beautiful. Eat a frog every day. If you are made to eat a frog every day, there is no point in looking at it the whole day. The best thing is to hit it early in the morning. And he was saying that the ugliest task which you have to do, the most difficult task which you have to do, that is a frog, and you have to do it earlier itself, as soon as possible, so that you are free to do the other task. So we need to train our mind in such a way that choose the most difficult task which I have to do anyway and do it immediately so that I get time for the other thing.
That is only possible when you have a purpose to do it. Careless person will not have any aim in life. Why should I work? Okay, I will eat only this much, I will get from somewhere, no problem. If that kind of attitude is there, that kind of thoughts are there, then he will not use his ability. So when he is not having a specific purpose or aim to achieve something, he will not be careful. That's why God says a person who is careless, he will miss the train at the last hour, he will miss the people at the last hour, he will miss the important things at the end of the life, and finally he will lose everything in his life. Most valuable things he could have accumulated in a life.
So how can I train my mind to be careful at every given moment, as life provide me with opportunities and I need to do it at the right moment?
See, first of all, why I should be careful in order to achieve something. So we have to understand the value of our life. So present time in the world cycle, which God has given the awareness, this is the time of the transformation which is taking place, where God is giving energy, knowledge, power in order to use for the reformation of the society. Each and every individual, because many people think themselves, I don't find any purpose in our life. I don't know what is the thing I have to do in life. So God giving the advice to each and every child, and also it's a golden opportunity. Your time, your thoughts, your abilities, use for not only your betterment, but for the creation of the new world order. If at all we are not utilizing our energies, then slowly we will fall into lethargic life. Lethargy means no taste in life and a kind of laziness, and a whole day without any purpose. Sometimes we get up, sometimes we sleep, and sometimes we eat. A person who cannot discipline his life. That's why God says, he who is careful can remain always cheerful because he completes the work ahead of time and he is ready to take up another task because he feels joy in doing everything before time. And when you do everything before time, that's a kind of satisfaction you get, and people can give more opportunity and give chance to you.
I think, Benji, it takes a lot of self-discipline to do everything beforehand and be ready for the next task as it presents itself. I would like to bring to your attention two contradicting statements. One is to become carefree, and other is to become careful, and of course, being careless. So, in life, should we become carefree or should we become more careful? How would you define these two words? Because we have been advised to live a carefree life, and at the same time we are also advised to be careful. So when we need to be careful and when we need to be carefree?
See, whenever I am doing a task with responsibility, I have to do it, then I have to be careful. Careful in the sense not mixed with fear. There is no need of having a fear conscious. Careful means I have to see whether I am doing systematically, whether I am doing before time, completing the work, whether I am doing the things without spoiling anything.
So what you mean to say is that when we are careful, we need to be relaxed also. We should not become tensed just because we are careful.
No need, because carefulness means we have to prepare properly. Preparation. Like you want to go to office, what are the things you have to carry with you? Be careful of taking everything. Careful in the sense a delicate thing you are holding. You have to be careful. In the sense you should not be light mood so that it will slip from your hand and it will be damaged. So awareness, a thought of caution. And carefree means we need not worry again and again what I did was right or wrong, what I have given the work to him, he will do or not. Yesterday something I did, it is gone to my boss, whether he will pass or not. This is the way people are worried, no? Once I have done, it is done. Have faith, it will be okay. So again and again thinking with a suspicious thoughts which creates worrying, for that God advises you become carefree. Nischint means whatever has happened, it is good. And today what I am doing with carefulness. Again, while doing carefully, see, many ladies, well, they are cooking for any good gathering or special guest. They know how to cook and they know how to prepare also. But while preparing also, whether it will taste good or not, whether they will appreciate or not, whether they will enjoy or not, for which God advises, you do with confidence, love, but don't have any worry. Carefulness means while preparing you have to be careful. Instead of sugar you put salt. So you have to be careful. But again carefree means everything will be okay. Whatever I am doing is absolutely right. So the result will be absolutely right.
Again, Benji, I think we all need a kind of balance to remain relaxed at the same time and be careful at the same time, because at times the relaxation translates to carelessness. We have seen that people are too very relaxed, and even during their duty sometimes they doesn't become so much duty conscious, and that also can tend to make us careless.
See, duty conscious means it should be natural awareness. We have to train our mind every day. Every day have a chart how much work I have to do today. If it is more work, how much time I have to spend, prioritize the work. That is what we have to take care of. We say, no, I take care of myself. You need not worry. Some people say, you are not at all taking care of you, so I have to worry about you. That means you are not planning your work, so I am planning and giving. Yet, that person is not at all planning for his work, how my plan will work on him. He will become careless even that also. So, prioritizing the work and maintaining the timings. Managing the time and maintaining the time. This is very important in this specific mood transformation. Every single minute we have to give value for our life. If we want to come out of this careless mood, you give value to the time.
So, Benji, regarding this time, if I can understand that I am a valuable person and my time is also of value, because usually we think that I am not such a very important person in society, I am not holding great responsibilities. So, sometimes we can be careless about our time also. So, this wonderful, we have our old saying that time itself is money. So, if we can utilize time, it is like accumulating money and wealth and every possession. So, time is a very important factor. And how can I make myself understand this important concept?
So it is well said, if you want to become big person in the world, you have to give value to your time. The one who gives value to his time, time will give value to him. Because once time is gone, you cannot earn. You can earn money, buy clothes, food, this, that and all. The past time will never come back. This second is past. It cannot repeat. Okay, according to godly knowledge, God gives the awareness. It only repeats after 5,000 years of cycle. But even that also, the valuable time, how did I spend in a valuable way? That is more important. You need not become a very big person and responsible person in the society. Then only you have to give value to the time. Otherwise, you can eat and be singing and dancing and be merry because I am not an important person in the world.
But to become an important person, to hold an authoritarian position, definitely we need to give value to time first.
If you are holding a position or not, that's not the criteria here. You are important person in this world drama. Give importance to your existence first of all. Wherever you are an important person. You are walking on the street, thousands of people are watching you. You are at home, your members of the family are watching you. At least they are following you. So what you are doing, that's why in other way we say, you are in any corner of the world, doesn't matter. What you are doing, you are influencing the whole world.
So, Benji, I think we are again coming into the spiritual parlance as usual. Talking from the point of view of knowledge, divine knowledge or spiritual knowledge, how can I overcome this negative trait? What steps can I take right at this moment so that at least after 1 month or 2 months or even 6 months of constant practice, I find myself in a very careful and very alert situation?
See, God gives a very important thought about this. Your life is valuable and time is valuable, and time, once it is gone, you cannot earn back. And whatever you want to do right now, you do it, because we never know the end time when it is coming. We think maybe I live 60 years, 70 years, 100 years, but in present society, it is not reality. So my last breath, anytime, any day, any moment can take place. So if at all I have any wish that I do something to the society, even to earn something, accumulate something, it's the present right now. I have to start doing right now. And God gives a very beautiful thought about the future world. And this present world of Kali Yuga, it's already under the great transformation. So He is taking all the souls, preparing and making worthy to that world of perfection. So why I can't become one of that? So let me also go to that world by adorning myself with all positive qualities. For that, very less time is left. So this is the confluence age where all human beings in the world, everybody is being offered by God.
So what you mean to say is that we are not allowed to wait, or we can't waste time in carelessness, because it is such a great time in human history. According to our spiritual parlance or godly knowledge, meditation has also an impact on changing this trait. So can we have a little bit of meditation as we are ending the session?
Let us have one thought, that from today I take up the beautiful thought or aim that I become worthy for the future world. So I don't want to waste even a single minute of my present life. Om Shanti. Look to yourself as an obedient child of Supreme Father. I now give lot of value to my valuable time. Gone is gone, but present time is in my hands. I spend each and every moment in creating, applying, practicing worthy qualities in myself. I remain more cautious, being careful in my each thought, action, and my relationship. I am now so happy by understanding there is a new dawn in front of me. I am passing through this darkness and entering to a new light. I give up all my lethargy, laziness, and even careless thoughts. I fill myself with zeal, enthusiasm, and all hopes of my life to make more worthy, meaningful, with purpose. I transform myself from an ordinary human being into a divine being. It just happens by giving more importance to my values. It happens just to be obedient to the godly advice and move according to His direction. I am now careful being as well as carefree king, because I am sure that I will attain the state of perfect peace, love, and happiness. Om Shanti.
Thanks a lot, Benji, for that wonderful session of meditation. And this session of meditations, I think, whatever you have said in this episode, when you sit in meditation, take a few minutes to go within. I think it is just getting percolated into the subconscious mind so that later when a need arises, we can use it. Thanks a lot for this wonderful session.
Thank you.
So, dear friends, that was all for today. Carelessness can be very damaging if we are not careful. And the present moment which we are living is only the real time which we have got. So, we will have to pull our mind from those journeys which it make at times and pull it back to the present moment so that we have that presence of mind. We can put more energy and attention into whatever we are doing, the present task at hand, and giving more attention to the task at hand. Slowly we can remove this negative trait. We can recover our zeal and enthusiasm, because once carelessness is there, our zeal and enthusiasm is lost, and then it is a sure way for failure. So at any cost we will have to remove this negativity from our mind. And as Behenji showed very clearly, meditation and listening to knowledge can have a very profound effect on our mind. We will be able to use our mind properly. We will be able to use our abilities properly. So, in a nutshell, we will have to take time to look into ourselves, set aside some time for listening to godly knowledge and doing meditation, even if it is as short as 5 minutes. So, thanks a lot for joining today. And of course, any doubts you have, any problems, confusions, please feel free to email us, to call us in our number, and we will discuss your problem in this show, so that a lot of people who are having the same problem can find the solution. So once again, thanks a lot, and it is a goodbye from all of us until we meet again with another interesting episode of Light of Knowledge. Thank you very much.